Every trader has felt it, that strange gut pull. The whisper that says, "Buy now," or "Get out before it's too late." Sometimes it saves you from disaster. Sometimes it burns you. But here's the shocking truth. Neuroscience shows your brain often knows the right move up to 7 seconds before you're even aware of it. Think about that. Before your strategy, before your indicators, before you even click the button, your brain has already started making the trade for you. This isn't luck. It's not magic. It's your brain's hidden trading engine at work. And if you understand it, you can train it to spot opportunities faster than any algorithm ever could. Today, we're diving into the neuroscience of trading intuition, the science behind gut feelings, flow states, and the subtle cues your mind picks up long before you can explain them. By the end of this video, you'll know how to start cultivating your own trading sixth sense. So let's begin with the big question: are markets truly random, or is there a hidden order your brain is already decoding? For decades, traders and academics have argued, are markets truly random? The efficient market theory tells us prices reflect all available information, meaning no one can consistently beat the market. On the surface, it makes sense. Charts look chaotic, like noise without meaning. But here's the thing. If markets were completely random, how do some traders manage to outperform for years? How do hedge funds, or even individual day traders, build consistent track records while others sink? The truth is, markets may look chaotic, but beneath that noise lies hidden order. Patterns that emerge, collapse, and reappear. Think about it like the weather. Unpredictable at times, yet governed by natural forces that create recurring storms and seasons. Now, purely statistical approaches, algorithms, backtests, models try to capture this order. And yes, they work, until they don't. Algorithms often fail when conditions shift because they lack something vital: human perception. That's where you come in. Your brain is not just a calculator. It's a pattern recognition machine. And while the market may appear random, your mind can sometimes detect subtle cues. Order books, momentum shifts, even trader behavior, faster than a model can adapt. This leads us to the real question: what exactly gives the human brain this edge? And how does intuition fit into the picture? To answer that, we need to look at the neuroscience behind your gut instincts, the hidden machinery that powers your trading intuition. Here's something most traders overlook. Intuition isn't guesswork. It's your brain's way of processing patterns faster than you can consciously explain them. Neuroscience tells us that intuition is really rapid pattern recognition. Your brain stores every chart you've studied, every trade you've taken, every mistake you've made. Over time, it begins to recognize subtle signals, tiny shifts in price action, volume, or momentum that your conscious mind can't quite put into words. This process is driven by two powerful systems in your brain. First, the basal ganglia, which store experiences and habits, quietly scanning for familiar setups. And second, the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making hub, which translates those gut feelings into action. Together, they create that spark of intuition, the sudden certainty that says, "This is the moment." Think of it like driving a car. At first, you're hyper-focused on every move, mirrors, pedals, traffic signs. But after years of practice, you anticipate situations automatically. A car drifts in the next lane, and your body reacts before you've even thought it through. That's not magic. That's your brain's predictive power at work. And in trading, the exact same thing happens. Experienced traders often describe it as a sixth sense. They can't always explain why they know, but they know. That's not luck. That's years of stored patterns firing in milliseconds, giving them an edge no algorithm can fully replicate. And here's the key. Intuition isn't just something you're born with. It's something you can train. And to unlock its full potential, we need to look at a phenomenon every elite trader has tapped into: the flow state. If intuition is your brain's pattern recognition engine, then flow state is the turbocharger. Every great trader, athlete, or performer knows this feeling. It's when time seems to slow down, distractions fade, and decisions feel effortless, almost automatic. Neuroscience shows that when you enter flow, your brain shifts gears. You produce more alpha waves, brain rhythms linked to calm focus and creativity. Stress hormones like cortisol drop, while dopamine, the brain's reward chemical spikes, sharpening your attention. In this state, your brain filters out noise and zeroes in on what matters most. For traders, this can mean catching subtle shifts in market momentum, spotting setups faster, and executing with confidence, without the hesitation or second-guessing that usually kills performance. But here's the problem. Most traders never experience flow consistently because their minds are cluttered. They're trading tired, distracted, over-leveraged, or emotionally charged. Flow doesn't come from chaos, it comes from focus. So how do you cultivate it? Here are a few practical steps. 1. Trade during your peak energy hours when you're mentally sharp, not exhausted. 2. Use short pre-trading rituals, deep breathing, a quick walk, or even silence to clear mental noise. 3. Limit distractions. Close extra tabs, silence notifications, and focus only on the market you're trading. 4. Set achievable challenges. Flow thrives when the task is just hard enough to stretch you, but not so hard it overwhelms you. The goal isn't to force flow but to create the conditions where your brain can slip into it naturally. Once you've tasted it, you'll know it feels like the market is speaking directly to you, and you're finally listening. But flow alone isn't enough. To truly master trading intuition, you need to rewire your brain, literally reshape it, so these states become easier to access and more reliable over time. That brings us to neuroplasticity. Here's the most exciting part of neuroscience. Your brain is not fixed. It's not a static machine. It's plastic, meaning it can rewire itself through experience. This is called neuroplasticity. And in trading, it means every chart you study, every trade you log, every review you do is physically reshaping your brain to become a better trader. Think of your brain like a forest. Every time you take an action, you're walking a path. The more you repeat it, the clearer that path becomes. Bad habits, like chasing trades, over-leveraging, or revenge trading, carve destructive trails. Good habits, like discipline, patience, and pattern recognition, carve trails that lead to mastery. The forest is shaped by what you repeat. So how do you train your brain to carve the right paths? Here are a few proven techniques. 1. Deliberate practice. Don't just trade randomly. Focus on a few setups, study them deeply, and repeat them until your brain locks in the patterns. 2. Visualization. Just like athletes mentally rehearse before a game, traders can visualize setups and decisions. Your brain lights up almost the same way as if you were actually trading. 3. Post-trade analysis. After each trade, don't just move on. Break it down. What worked, what didn't, what did your gut feel? This feedback strengthens beneficial neural connections. 4. Journaling. Writing down your decisions cements the lessons. Over time, you'll see how your intuition evolves, and that alone builds confidence. The more intentional you are with these practices, the more your brain adapts. You're not just learning trading, you're rewiring your very decision-making machinery. And once your brain starts reinforcing the right habits, something amazing happens. Intuition becomes reliable. That's when you're no longer guessing. You're acting with a trained, sharpened sixth sense. And that's exactly where we're headed next: how to cultivate that sixth sense and use it to thrive in the markets. At this point, you can see the bigger picture. Trading intuition isn't mystical, and it's not luck. It's the result of a brain that's been trained, rewired, and sharpened through experience. In other words, you can build your own sixth sense as a trader. Here's how to bring it all together. 1. Blend analysis with intuition. Don't throw away your strategy. Use it as a framework, but give space for your gut to weigh in. The sweet spot is when logic and intuition work together, not against each other. 2. Train consistently. Just like an athlete trains muscles, you train neural pathways. Consistency, reviewing charts, journaling, reflecting, is what turns a gut feeling into a reliable signal. 3. Stay mindful. The more aware you are of your emotional state, the easier it is to tell the difference between fear-driven impulses and genuine intuition. Simple practices like meditation or breathing exercises keep your mental lens clear. 4. Embrace post-trade reflection. Every win and every loss is raw material for building intuition. Don't waste it. Break it down, learn from it, let it shape you. Think of intuition as a muscle. At first, it's weak, untrustworthy, inconsistent. But with practice and feedback, it strengthens until one day, you find yourself making decisions with clarity and speed that once felt impossible. The traders who last in this game are the ones who learn to balance two worlds: the cold logic of numbers and the invisible whisper of intuition. That balance, that sixth sense, is the mark of true market mastery. So here's my challenge to you. The next time your gut speaks in a trade, don't ignore it. Listen, write it down, track it, test it. You may find your brain is seeing patterns long before your charts can confirm them. And I'd love to hear from you. When was the last time intuition helped you in a trade? Or maybe when ignoring it costs you? Share your story in the comments below, and let's see how traders across the world are unlocking their hidden edge. Because in the end, the market isn't just about algorithms and numbers, it's about the human mind. And your brain may just be the most powerful trading system in existence.